Hello, my name is Samir Sharma. I'm going to be discussing about my Doing Power project journey. The context of my project was to gain visibility around technical compliance function that I own of my within my organization. This function has more to do with influence people and influence various segments and various leaders and their teams to gain support and make sure they are taking some accountability. This also gives me a lot of leverage with senior leadership and visibility. My objective was to gain support from senior leadership and functional leaders to involve their teams and have some sort of processes within their organization structure to get some accountability from their teams. And how do I know I made progress or not? Because everybody kind of understands my role and they support my role, because if something goes wrong from my side, the whole organization can be in trouble. So most people understand and support what I do. What did I do about going and creating power for myself was I met with most of the functional leaders over lunch during the last 6-7 weeks, for lunch, for just brief chit chat over coffee or somewhere else. But I tried to reach out to most of the functional leaders and gain some empathy, try to understand how I can support them, as well as similarities, what similarities I share. So a lot of people were sharing similar backgrounds. Some were already in quality side, technical side, have kids in my same school, or some way I found some similarity with most of these leaders, and they understand what the kind of work I do and they appreciate it. So my job was not that difficult, if I have to say that. And then I asked them that there should be some accountability from their team, because this is such a large role, and everybody, the whole organization owns some piece of this compliance. Therefore, we can make a greater success. So most of them agreed and they offered to support. What happened? What happened about my prior project, that since most of the leaders were very supportive of what I wanted to achieve and readily agreed to help, I individually reached out to most of the leaders. Now I'm reaching out to their team members, and tomorrow I have a very large meeting. About 50 people are joining that meeting from around the world, where I'll be rolling out as to why, what, and how we can improve our processes around technical compliance, and how we take every functional can have some ownership. The good thing is we are currently going through several changes within our organization on people, process, and place, and this is a great time. People can add processes around compliance in their day-to-day life and be supportive. What did you learn? That's a great question. This has been one of my best courses at Stanford Lead. Few things I learned. Networking, very, very critical. You have to talk to people, you have to reach out, you have to just go and network in and out, and network up, as well as try to gain empathy with colleagues. The second thing I would say, empathy is so underrated. Empathy is just everywhere, and as long as you put right hat and right thoughts, empathy can be very, very helpful in personal and professional life both. And that was one of the things that I had to work, one of the critical skills, and I think I've done a fairly good job. The other thing I learned was asking for help is the least you can do to gain power, because everybody is, as one of the chapter talks about in the book, that everybody is willing to help. As long as you ask and have right intention, people are willing to help. They are more generous towards, if you seek help. So people are very willing to support as long as the intentions are right, and even if not, just get and talk to people, try to gain some insight from them, and that definitely gains you some visibility for them. What else? Being judgmental and taking things personally only hurts you, or it can only hurt me if I'm being judgmental or taking things personally. It's business as usual. No, nothing should be personal, and this also reduces my own power. So I've stopped being judgmental, and I've stopped taking things seriously. If I'm doing something, I have a reason for it, and will make sure that it's very clear that this is why and how I'm doing things. So overall, it's been a great process, a lot of learning, and I'm sure I'll be taking all these learnings forward in my career and making good choices. Thank you.